This your boy, YouKnowTGreen, and just like I told you, I'm back with another one. Go ahead and like, share, and subscribe, and let's speak about it.
Well, I guess being part of the good old boys ain't help you out with this one. Proud Boys leader sentenced to 22 years in prison, y'all, on seditious conspiracy and other charges related to the U.S. Capitol breach. And you could go on justice.gov and read this. The former national chairman of the Proud Boys was sentenced to 22 years, okay, for that breach that happened at the U.S. Capitol on January 6th in 2021. His actions and the actions of others disrupted a joint session of the U.S. Congress that was in process of ascertaining and counting the electoral votes related to the 2020 presidential election. Now, so Enrique Tarrio, however you pronounce his name, you know what I'm saying? Now, he's Spanish. I don't even know why he trying to be a leader of the Proud Boys when, bruh, like, you come from a Spanish descent and you trying to pretend that you're a Caucasian male and want to, it's too much to even think about. Anyway, he was sentenced to 22 years and 36 months to be exact. And this all came down by the U.S. District Judge Timothy J. Kelly. You know what I'm saying? This is the longest sentence to date. You know what I'm saying? Outdoing all the other ones that went down. You know, some people got 18 years. Some people got whatever. You know, he got the longest. So, over 140 law enforcement people was attacked on that day. You know, God forbid, some people died, some people were severely hurt. I mean, and it looked like they finna make sure that he take the charge for all of this. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's still a lot more that's gonna be charged. So he ain't the only one. And but he's the only one that got this long sentence. Y'all gotta read up on this, man. If y'all ain't got nothing to do, go up to the United States Attorney Office, District of Columbia, justice.gov, and you got to read the whole article. It's too long to try to cover it here in a little quick 5-minute section, but just know, homeboy got 22 years. Matter of fact, watch the video. Hold on, before y'all watch the video. Hey, Buddy was in court. Please show mercy. He ain't about to cry. I'm not a political zealot. Man, you a traitor. I ask that you not take my 40s away from me. Like, bruh, come on, for real? You want to do all this whining? No, you the Proud Boys. You the Proud Boys, right? So be proud. Be proud to do them 22 years behind bars, thinking you and your homeboys gonna go ahead and start a riot and run off in the Capitol. You know what I'm saying? Now, you didn't run it, but you made sure your homeboys ran into it. Y'all was very proud, right? So all of y'all, 22 years for you. They gave your partner 18 years. Y'all want to meet all up and act like this is just, acting like President Trump was just told y'all boys to go do this. Now, don't get me wrong now. The former president ain't so innocent in this matter either, and that's a whole nother topic in itself. But today, we talk about this dummy here who getting these 22 years. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm hype about this. Why? Because when it's us, they give us 40 years, 50 years for something minute. People died on that day. Man, they should give them more than 22 years. Give them life.
Now, in sentencing, the former leader of the Proud Boys, Enrique Tarrio, was given 22 years in prison for his role in the January 6th attack on the Capitol. It's the longest prison term a judge has imposed for any of the January 6th defendants. Chief Justice Correspondent Pierre Thomas is tracking those cases. Good morning, Pierre.
George, good morning. Tarrio and his family pleaded for mercy from the judge, but prosecutors argued that Tarrio led a conspiracy built on political violence and that a message of deterrence had to be sent for future elections.
Enrique Tarrio, the former leader of the Proud Boys, is going to prison for more than 2 decades, 22 years. Judge Timothy J. Kelly calling Tarrio the ultimate leader of a seditious conspiracy which broke our previously unbroken tradition of peacefully transferring power, which was truly one of the most precious things we had as Americans.
Even though Tarrio was not present on January 6th, prosecutors described him as a political terrorist who sought to use force to block the peaceful transfer of power.
This now infamous video showing Tarrio meeting with Stewart Rhodes and other leaders of the Oath Keepers in an underground parking garage in Washington, D.C. on the eve of the riot. Rhodes now serving 18 years in prison. And prosecutors argued that it was a squad of Proud Boys who first broke through the metal barriers protecting the Capitol, saying Tarrio watched the violence unfold, posting to social media at 2:38, "Don't expletive leave." The Proud Boys have long been tied to former President Trump after he called them out by name when pressed during a debate.
Proud Boys, stand back and stand by.
Tarrio's defense tried to portray him as a misguided patriot.
But the judge had a blunt response. You made that argument to the jury, and the jury did not believe it.
And while Tarrio pleaded for leniency, calling January 6th a national embarrassment, he never took responsibility for planning the attack. Rebecca?
You already know the motto, man. Another day above ground is what? Truly a blessing. Like, share, subscribe, tune in with your boy, YouKnowTGreen, and I'm going to be right back with another one.